This is your Pac-Man GP. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful Sunday morning here. And I'm here to present another very exciting invention for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, today's invention is related to the field of agriculture technology, we can say. It is a device that can be used by farmers while conducting their day-to-day agriculture and farming related activities. So without wasting any further time, I'm going to jump right to the invention. But before I get into the nitty-gritties of the invention, I would like to first and foremost uh, talk about what are the drawbacks or what are the deficiencies which the inventor has identified or located from the pre-existing technology or from the prior art, as we call it in the patenting language. So what is the drawback or what is the deficiency from the prior art? What is the problem statement? Let us talk about that. The problem regarding conservation of crops is that, or which a farmer usually faces, is that the farmer has to look out for their crops from insects and pests. So there are two types of damages which an insect or a pest can do to a crop. Firstly, when the insect comes in contact with the crop, the insect kind of starts eating the crop. So that is the first type of damage. And the second type of damage is regarding transmission of some kind of bacteria or virus by the insect to the crop, which might lead to the depreciation of the overall health of the crop. So these are the two types of damages which an insect can do to the crops. Okay, so this is one of the drawback which the inventor has identified from the prior art. So how does a farmer overcome with these kind of problem, the insect related problem? The easiest solution is spraying pesticide, insecticide. But it is observed that most of the insecticides and pesticides are chemical or synthetic in nature. Okay, and therefore, with the use of such kind of synthetic chemicals and compositions, it is harmful for the crops, and it is also not good to ingest crops or vegetables or fruits which are laced with such kind of chemical compositions. Today we are living in a world which is moving towards uh, organic farming. There is a lot of awareness, a lot of importance has been attributed to organic related vegetables, fruits, food grains, so on and so forth. So therefore, in that situation, use of chemical and synthetic pesticides and insecticides is definitely undesirable. Having said that, the use of pesticides and insecticides that are sprayed in the field by the farmer is also undesirable, because when it is sprayed, it can so happen that the sprayed pesticide can sort of get inside the nostrils of the farmer, and that might lead to health related issues for the farmer. So again, use of chemical fertilizers and insecticides is definitely undesirable in that situation too. So these are some of the drawbacks. These are some of the deficiencies which the inventor has identified from the prior art. More so, the inventor has also identified that most of the insects are nocturnal in nature. What does that mean? It means that during the daytime, when the sun is beating down, the insects are not really very active. But as dusk approaches, as the sun starts setting and the intensity of the sunlight it starts decreasing, the insects, they start getting active, and that is when the insect or pest related attacks on the crops start happening, or it begins, rather, post dusk period, you can say, and it goes on throughout the night till the next sunrise. So, of course, these are some of the aspects or some of the problems which the inventor has identified in the prior art. Now, in order to overcome these problems, our inventor has conceptualized or invented this device. So, to understand the device, I will just share my screen with you. So, please bear with me. So, the title of today's invention is crops protection device. So it is a device that is capable of protecting crops. And definitely, I mean, the crops need protection considering the kind of problems and deficiencies which the inventor has identified from the prior art. So this is the apt title for today's invention. Of course, I must also add that this invention has been granted a patent by the Indian Patent Office. So if you want, you can look up the Indian Patent Office database. You can search over there with this title and you will get it. You can extract all the documents and the drawings. Having said that, I will go on to the next slide. So this is the general construction of this particular device. The device is denoted by the number 100. Okay. So what is the general construction? I will explain you on a component by component basis. So this particular device, it has a bucket at the bottom, which is marked by 110. There are two stands marked by 112A and 112B. Okay. I will urge you to follow my pointer. So these are the two stands, and on the top of the stand, a solar panel has been installed, which is marked by 102. Just below the solar panel, on the right hand side, there is a battery marked by 106. And on the left hand side, there is a light detection circuit and a UV bulb, UV LED bulb is installed below the light detection circuit and the battery unit, such that it is connected on one side to the battery, so that, you know, the UV LED bulb can be powered by the battery on one side, and on the other side, the UV LED bulb is also connected to the light detection circuit. So this is the general construction of this particular device, this particular invention. Okay. Now, let me come to the working of this invention. Now, so far as the working is concerned, this invention works in two modes, in dual mode. So in the first mode, that is during the daytime, when the sun is, bright and the intensity of sunlight is very, very, very high. The solar panel, it absorbs the sunlight and that helps in the charging of this battery. Okay. During that time, during the daytime, when the light detection circuit or the device is in its first mode, the light detection circuit, it detects the intensity of the sunlight and therefore it urges the UV LED bulb. It urges the UV LED bulb to stay in a switched off mode. So that means the UV LED bulb is switched off. Okay. Now it so happens that the day progresses and the dusk approaches. Okay. And after dusk, darkness is going to befall. Okay. So the light detection circuit now goes into the second mode. Okay. The first mode is complete. The first mode is restricted only, or it takes place only during the daytime. Now, as night falls, during darkness, the light detection circuit, it detects that, okay, the intensity of sunlight has now decreased. So therefore, it sends a signal to the UV LED bulb to switch on. So the UV LED bulb is now switched on and it is powered by the battery, which is already charged by the solar panel during the daytime or during the first mode, during the operation of the device. Okay. So the UV LED bulb switches on. Now, as I mentioned, that most of the insects are nocturnal in nature. These nocturnal insects, we all know that insects are generally attracted to a light source. So all the insects, they get attracted to this UV bulb, okay, which is pretty much bright. And as the insects get attracted to this light source, to the UV LED bulb, they start swirling around the bulb. We have seen that happening, okay, in our homes or some other place. Or under a street light or something like that, we see that a lot of insects are swirling around the light source, right? So the insect starts swirling around this light source, the UV LED bulb. So since ultraviolet rays are emitted by the LED bulb, okay, it so happens that ultraviolet rays are, that ways they are pretty harmful in nature. So a very low intensity ultraviolet rays are used or are emitted by this particular bulb. But the intensity of the ultraviolet rays is such that it is sufficient enough to damage or to kill the insects. So therefore, what happens that as the insects start swirling around this bulb, after exposure to the ultraviolet rays for some time, the insects, they die. And when they die, the insects, they fall in this bucket. So this is how this particular device is working. So what is the technical advantage that is achieved over here? The technical advantage is that the use of pesticides and insecticides is completely thrown out of the window. It is totally overcome. Okay, thereby avoiding any kind of health related issues to the farmer, or therefore engaging into purely organic farming without the use of any chemical pesticides or insecticides. That is one of the technical advantage that can be perceived because of this device. The second technical advantage is that the insects that fall in this bucket, now this bucket starts getting filled up, because a lot of insects, they start swirling around the bulb, and they die and they fall in this bulb. And the reproduction rate of the insects is also very high, very high. It's very massive, in fact. So this bucket gets collected with a lot of dead insects. Now those dead insects can be used by the same farmer as organic fertilizer. Okay, so that is another technical advantage. Okay, which is definitely not possible in the prior art. So these are the couple of technical advantages. The third and the very important technical advantage, according to me, is that since this battery that is used in this system is charged by solar panels, therefore this device can be used year after year without the need to change the battery or any other hardware. So it is a very self-sufficient, long-lasting kind of a device. And it is a low-cost investment for the farmer also, because this device can be used year after year, and the farmer can, make use of multiple such devices in their farmland. They can keep these devices from place to place in their, in their entire land area or farming area, and ensure that maximum amount of insects get captured and they die because of the UV LED bulb that is fitted in this device, which is a part of this device. So these are some of the technical advantages. So I'll go to the next slide. There's a photo of the product as it is seen in real time. It is a black and white outline. So this is the LED bulb over here. I'll urge you to follow my pointer. The light detection circuit is on this side, and of course the battery is embedded inside this frame. So these are the two stands, and this is the bucket in which the dead insects get collected. So this is the product for you today, and this is also a patented invention. The patent was recently granted somewhere in 2022, and I hope this product will be used by a lot of farmers. This will encourage a lot of farmers to avoid using chemical formulations and chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, so on and so forth. So I hope you liked today's invention. A very important invention, a very utility sort of a product, very useful for farmers, agriculturists, horticulturists, and anybody who is associated with the activity of farming. So if you like today's invention, please comment, please subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Please like this video, and have a great weekend ahead. Have a great Sunday. This is your Pacman GP.